Hey guys, Hobo4Craft here, aka Mr.Hobo, and today we have mTw.MF-yAwS. Wow, that is a mouthful. Versus Happy. Happy I am familiar with. I do recognize this very talented undead player. yAwS I am not so much, but it looks like he is human, going a pretty standard build here. And Happy here, he is going altar first, so that means we're going to see ghouls, and most likely a DK that's going to come out and probably creep harass yAwS here. I believe this is the Stars War, or I'm pretty sure it's Stars War. I always forget where to put that final S. Anyway, yeah, I believe it's the Stars War qualifying match for Europeans. I don't remember which game this is. I believe they played 3 games, but yeah, I'm not sure which game this is. And so, like I said, we're probably going to see. There's a Tome of Relics right there. So yeah, that basically means that once the DK is out, I'm guessing a DK. Well, I'm guesstimating a DK to be coming out, and once he does come out, he's going to be able to pick up a rod. And yes, we are going to see a DK. And from yAwS, we actually do see a Mountain King, which could pose a big threat to the DK, excuse me, just because of that bolt. And if they do meet here, which is pretty normal, that's normally where I see the human creeping first with their militias, or militia rather. There could be a big bolt and possibly a surround go down on Happy, which is a big game changer early in the game, because if you have to use the TP, that means that's 350 gold if you want to buy another, which is a lot, and they do add up, especially against Mountain King, if your opponent just gets off a lot of surrounds on you. So it looks like Happy's gonna have to be really careful about that, and I know that from experience as an undead player. It's just not a good day, and it really does mess with your mind game when you keep getting surrounded and you just get frustrated. And when you're angry, it's actually scientifically proven that when you're in a really mad state, that your IQ does drop. You do actually become stupider. Not that hard to believe, I guess. And it looks like, yeah, Happy is coming over to this creep, and he's not going to be able to get anything, as this creep is already going to be finished. Very efficient creeping by yAwS. He does see the Mountain King, and you can see how much he just wants to keep a distance. And actually using a coil on the Mountain King, that's actually odd. But I guess that makes sense, because normally the human uses their MK to tank and take a lot of the damage from the creep. But then again, the thing is about having full mana is that every second you don't use a spell, it's like it's being very inefficient, because it's going to be regenerating anyway. It's kind of hard to explain, but it looks like he will. Happy does get the creep off. He does get that jack, so good coil there. You can see he used these skeleton wars to scout while having his DK be able to keep a distance. That's a very good play, and now he's bringing these 5 ghouls out to where yAwS will be creeping over here. And yAwS does actually have 5 footmen already out, so he needs to be careful of that. It looks like he's probably going to fast expand. We haven't seen a tech yet. We could in a little bit here. It could be a miss macro management, but I believe he is going to be going a fast expo just because he hasn't teched. And we could see the lumber mill go down at any second here, putting up another farm. So he's going to be getting more footmen here, and basically a little territorial rivalry here. Who's going to get this creep is the question. Back and forth. It looks like there's salsa dancing at this point. Someone needs to commit and make a move. And you can see one thing is that if Happy does get bolted, he probably will use his own units to encompass his DK and surround himself. That way he cannot be surrounded by yAwS. And it looks like yAwS here wants to get good positioning, wants to be near the well, the Fountain of Health rather, and be on high ground. And it looks like he's actually going to be creeping while, and it looks like Happy actually did get that creep, so nice jack there. And a bash did go down on that ghoul, and now it's bolted, and it did get taken down. So good capitalization right there by yAwS, and we'll see if Happy does get another coil. So that's the third creep he's jacked from Happy here. And let's see if we can. Oh, very close. Happy's trying to surround one of these foots. It looks like it's very low, and he would be able to take it out if he coiled it, but he's going to save that for later. And Y'all is actually having a lot of audacity and creeping right when Happy's here in the mix, and Bolt in anticipation of another coil jack from Yaz. So good Bolt there. That's a lot of experience, and he did get a periaptive vitality, which is a very good drop for Mountain King. Makes it even that much more of a tank, and it looks like Happy is going to try and pick off some of these peasants to delay the creeping. And level 3, and we could see a surround on the MK here. There goes down a Bolt, and it is surrounded. I want to say, oh, did move the footman at the last second. So very good play there by Yaz here. And is he gonna let this DK go down? Oh, that's dangerous. He TP'd at the last second, but if you're in the, oh, and these 3 ghouls were left behind. It looks like one does get picked off. We could see both of these. Yes, it looks like both of these will get picked off as well. This ghoul does go down, and he realizes they're gonna die anyway, so he's just gonna do as much damage to these peasants as possible. But like I was saying, oh, already going back. Looks like the MK doesn't really have any mana left, so I guess that's not too risky of a move to come back already. But like I was saying earlier, to TP at the last second when against an MK that is above level 1 is pretty risky, just because he can stun you with his stun at any second. You cannot predict that. So I would TP as soon as possible if you know you're gonna die no matter what. And 3 guard towers actually going up in the base of Yaz, but however he did not get the expo, so it could be a waste of needed income later. But then again, I guess he does need them in defense from these gargoyles, which can do a lot of damage in peasant harassment. And Scourge Bone Chimes, not the best for Gargs, but if there is an air tiff, you do know that gargoyles actually do melee damage, a lot of melee damage against air, so that the Scourge Bone Chimes would count in that respect if we see air coming out for Yaz. And he actually tried to grab a potion. He did get a potion of invisibility, but wanted to kill a creep before he left so that he didn't get